Hi friends, good morning. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Director, Shankaran AI Study Circle. As we have planned for an online video course for Andhra Pradesh economy, including the recent budget and economic survey, this is the first video as part of budget and economic survey in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So today in this particular video, we will discuss on the focus on human resource development and education in the budget of 2020 and 21. So questions might possibly come this way. So in the recent budget of 2020-21 in the state of Andhra Pradesh, what are the provisions relating to human resource development and education in the state of Andhra Pradesh? So questions might come that way, and if a question comes that way, and what needs to be answered, that we will see. Remember, the recent budget which was presented relating to 2020 and 21, it is in the context of a number of difficulties. The first one being the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic which led to lockdown in several phases. It led to precipitous decline in revenue realization. So not only the state government, even the central government and the governments across the globe, the revenues have come down. And in addition to this, the present government has inherited pending bills to the tune of 60,000 crores. The present government also had a burden of clearing the bills of the previous government to the extent of 60,000 crores. Again, this was a heavy burden on the present government to handle. And in addition to this, in the recent past, we had the interim report of 15th Finance Commission. As per the 15th report of Finance Commission, which is the interim report, the criteria for horizontal devolution among the states was altered. The census of 2011 was taken as a criteria, and the southern states, which for a very long time took measures for stabilizing the population, were at a disadvantage because of the change in the criteria for horizontal devolution of central tax revenues among the states. And as a result, for the financial year 2020 and 21, Government of Andhra Pradesh again had witnessed a decline, a reduction in the share in the divisible pool of central taxes. And this is because I told the change in the criteria. The 2011 census population was taken as a criteria, and this adversely affected the southern states, including the state of Andhra Pradesh. In addition to this, in the year 2019-20, there was decline in the transfer of central taxes to the state of Andhra Pradesh. So this is the context in which the budget in the state of Andhra Pradesh was presented recently for the financial year 2020 and 21. So in this context, so what the budget focuses upon relating to human resource development and education in the state of Andhra Pradesh. In the state of Andhra Pradesh. See, as I told you, after the present government came to power, lot of focus is given to health and education along with the farmer welfare. Nowadays, there is a frequent mention of the terms like inclusive growth, demographic dividend. Then what do you mean by inclusive growth? Inclusive growth is that growth which benefits the disadvantaged social groups and the backward regions. So in India, since independence, and especially since the era of LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization, the growth is not sufficiently inclusive. The poor and the disadvantaged are not adequately taken care. So starting from the 11th 5-year plan document, there was focus on inclusive growth. And for India to achieve inclusive growth, we need to focus on health sector, education sector, and skill development. Why health? India also had this concept of demographic dividend. Demographic dividend. India now had a large number of people in the working age. More than 65% of the population in India is very young. The dependent population has come down. The dependent population here includes both the children as well as the elderly. So there is bulge, increase in the number of people in the working age. So an increase in the number of people in the working age itself is not an asset for any country. These people who are in the working age, they shall be made productive and employable. For this to happen, in the first place, they must be healthy. So health of the population is very important. Otherwise, the productivity of the population will come down. So as rightly required, Jagan Reddy government gave a lot of focus to improving access to quality healthcare facilities by relaunching Dr. YSR Arogya Shri, Dr. YSR Arogya Shri, which is a community health insurance scheme for achieving universal health coverage. And in addition, he also took a decision to revamp, to renovate the existing healthcare infrastructure on par with the corporate healthcare infrastructure. So this will increase the productivity of the working age population by reducing their morbidity and mortality. And the second requirement, for achieving inclusive growth and for taking advantage of demographic dividend. The term demographic dividend refers to an advantage of having more people in the working age. So if you want to convert every human being as a resource for this country, as an asset for this country, we need to spend on their quality health care, we need to spend on their education, quality education, we also need to focus on skill development. And as I told earlier, with respect to healthcare sector, what changes need to be done in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Jagan Reddy government has appointed a committee called Sujata Rao Committee. Sujata Rao Committee. This lady served as a health secretary, secretary to Government of India, Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. She had a rich experience about healthcare sector. The committee gave its report on the recommendations of Sujata Rao Committee. Many measures were taken for strengthening the healthcare sector. Similarly, with respect to education sector, one more committee was appointed, N. Balakrishnan Committee. N. Balakrishnan Committee. This was again one more committee with respect to education sector in the state of Andhra Pradesh. The committee has already given the report. On the basis of the report, the present government has taken measures for strengthening and improving the quality of education in this country. In addition to this, the government also had an idea of setting up of skills universities in the state of Andhra Pradesh for taking up massive skill promotion activities. So these are three most important requirements for making the growth inclusive and also for taking advantage of demographic dividend. So this we say as reaping demographic dividend. And this is rightly being focused upon in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So this is a brief background for human resource development. Let's move to education sector. So there are several important schemes which were launched by the present government with respect to education. The first one being Jagananna Ammavadi, then Manabadi Nadu Nedu, then Jagananna Vidya Kanuka, then Jagananna Goru Mudda, and in addition to this, we have Jagananna Vidya Divana, Vasati Divana. So these are some of the important schemes which were taken up with respect to education. If you take the first one, Jagananna Ammavadi scheme, under this Jagananna Ammavadi scheme, for the mother or the guardian of the student who is studying from class 1 to 12, the mothers will get rupees 15,000 per year. But this is conditional. So there shall be an attendance of at least not less than 75%, and this is made eligible for the families below the poverty line. And the purpose of this scheme, Jagananna Ammavadi, is to increase enrollment at the elementary level and also at the secondary level, to reduce the dropouts and to increase the retention. It is not enough to increase the enrollment, to reduce the dropout, but it is also necessary to attract students coming to the government schools. So that's why the next scheme was taken up, Manabadi Nadu Nedu. Manabadi Nadu Nedu, this is one more scheme relating to education. Under this scheme, there will be focus on there will be a focus on improving the infrastructure in the schools. If you remember the report of TSR Subramanian Committee, the Subramanian Committee says that at the national level there are around 1 lakh schools which are on the verge of closure. Teacher is available, classroom is available, but the students are not coming. The reason is the infrastructure in the schools, in the government schools in India, it is very inadequate. Especially there are no separated toilets for boys and girls in the usable condition, and as a result we see more girl children dropping out from the schools. So to give greater focus to improve the infrastructure in the schools, this is one more scheme which was started by the present government, Manabadi Nadu Nedu. Under this scheme, Manabadi Nadu Nedu, in the first phase, in around 15,715 schools, infrastructural facilities relating to 9 components like drinking water, sanitation, provision of electricity, building of bathrooms, painting, etc. they will be focused upon. And for this Manabadi Nadu Nedu scheme, in the budget of 2020-21, the proposed allocation is 3,000 crores. So in the recent budget of 2020-21, the budgetary allocation made for Manabadi Nadu Nedu, which focuses on revamping the infrastructure in the government schools, is 3,000 crores. 3,000 crores. In addition to this, there is one more scheme, the third scheme, Jagananna Vidya Kanuka. Under Jagananna Vidya Kanuka, there will be 3 pairs of uniforms which are made available, a pair of shoes, 2 pairs of socks, a belt and a school bag. So these are the components which are made available to the student studying from class 1 to 10, and that too only in the government schools. All the students who are studying in the government schools from class 1 to 10, under Jagananna Vidya Kanuka, they will be made available uniform 3 pairs, shoes 1 pair, socks 2 pairs, and a belt and also a school bag. That's one more scheme. And then the fourth scheme, Jagananna Goru Mudda. Jagananna Goru Mudda is one more scheme relating to education. This scheme, the objective of this scheme is to provide a nutritious menu to the students going to the schools. So remember, according to the National Family Health Survey 4, in India and also even in the state of Andhra Pradesh, especially for the children, pregnant and lactating mothers, adolescent girls, we have the problem of anemia, stunting and also wasting. So by providing balanced nutritious diet under Jagananna Goru Mudda, the present government also takes care of the health of the students. And then in addition to this, for the cook cum helper, those who help in cooking, they will be the honorarium, the money which is given as a honorarium to the cook was increased from rupees 1,000 to rupees 3,000 as an incentive to perform their duties with more motivation. Then if you take the secondary education, that is secondary education, it is again of 2 categories, lower secondary education, senior secondary education. Lower secondary education class 9 and 10, senior secondary education 11 and 12. So senior secondary education is also known as intermediate education in the 2 Telugu states. So from class 9 to 12, the budgetary allocation in the state of Andhra Pradesh for the budget 2020-21, it is 22,604 crores. 22,604 crores. So it's not only about school education and also secondary education. The budget document also focuses upon higher education. So there was one committee which was appointed by government of Andhra Pradesh, high powered committee of experts. So in India in general and in the state of Andhra Pradesh in particular, what is being taught in the higher educational institutions and the state universities doesn't find any match with what is required in the job market. So to bring in harmony, synchronization between what is required in the job market and what is being taught in the state universities, there was one committee appointed. On the recommendations of this high-powered committee of experts, the curriculum, especially in the engineering colleges, is redesigned. The curriculum, especially in the engineering colleges, is redesigned so that there is a synchrony with what is required in the job market. And this redesigned curriculum is being implemented from the academic year of 2019-20 in all the state universities and also the colleges which are affiliated to the state universities. So that's it about what is there in the recent Andhra Pradesh budget of 2020 and 21 relating to human resource development and education. So if there is a question, what are the budgetary provisions relating to human resource development and education in the recent budget of 2020-21 of the state of Andhra Pradesh, this is enough for you to make a mention. And then Jagananna Vidya Divana, Jagadanna Vasati Divana, these are two more schemes which we will discuss in detail in course of time in another video. Jagananna Vidya Divana, this is a scheme which is meant for providing fee reimbursement with respect to higher education for the children who are below poverty line, both in the government as well as private schools. In addition to this, Jagananna Vasati Divana, money will be given to the students for their accommodation, residential purpose and also for food under Jagananna Vasati Divana. So with all these schemes, they make education in general in the state of Andhra Pradesh inclusive in the sense the education will be made more and more accessible to the poor and disadvantaged social groups in the state. Not just the elementary education, not just the secondary education, but even the higher education.